I'm Lisa Bell.
And I'm Ginger Gadsden. Meteorologist Julie Broughton is pinpointing it all for us. Julie.
Ginger, as of the 2 o'clock advisory, Helene has been downgraded to a tropical depression, but this is still creating big-time problems, especially through the Appalachians. The latest numbers for you showing maximum sustained winds down to 35 miles per hour. It is moving quickly to the north-northwest at 28 miles per hour. Still, look at this huge system. Clouds from this extending from the St. Louis area all the way still back out over the Atlantic. And this is dropping historic flooding, especially in those mountains we're talking about in eastern Kentucky, West Virginia, down into Virginia. This is a look at the radar imagery, and you can see still just a huge swath of rain. We are talking about likely historic flooding throughout the Appalachians, flash flooding situation. So this really is just a devastating situation for so many people still. Here's what it looks like as we go in a little bit closer into our area. We actually did see some drier air building in, especially across our northern counties. So we've seen a few isolated showers today. Overall, though, we've been mostly dry. That will change for us big time, though, as we head into the weekend. Here's a look at what's going on for you right now. This is our Launch Credit Union camera out at Port Canaveral. You can see still quite breezy, but look at those beautiful blue skies. The cruise ships back in business today, sitting at 90 degrees, and we actually have a heat advisory in place for Brevard County with that triple-digit heat index across our southern counties. Now, we will continue to see very warm temperatures this weekend, and also we're going to bump our chance of rain way up. We will talk more about that for you and take a look ahead to the next 7 days, and of course, a check on what else is going on in the tropics coming up in just a few minutes.
See you then, Julie. Thank you on TV.
All right, meteorologist Julie Broughton standing by, pinpointing the remnants of Helene for us. Of course, our weekend forecast. We are due for a nice weekend, Julie.
It's not coming this weekend, I don't think. Actually, today is the nicest day we'll see out of the next couple of days because our moisture levels are going back up tomorrow. So I'll show you how all that's going to break down in just a moment. First, we start out with your weather headlines. We are continuing to see breezy conditions, and through the evening hours, we'll keep some isolated showers around. But if you have outdoor plans tonight, maybe going out to dinner, you should be in good shape. Now, taking you into the weekend, we're going to keep it hot. Winds coming in out of the southwest, and our rain chances actually go all the way up to 70% for the next couple of days. The tropics, as we now know, very active. Of course, we are tracking the remnants, what is now tropical depression, Helene. There is the latest advisory that came out at 2 o'clock. At that time, winds were at 35 miles per hour, and the center of circulation was a couple hundred miles south of Louisville, Kentucky. But you can see still just a huge system out there. This is how it looks on the radar. This is a big time rainmaker through a lot of this region, especially through the Appalachians. They've seen a lot of rain now, heavy rain over Ohio, tracking over into Indiana, as well as parts of Kentucky and Tennessee. So much more so a flash flood and rain event for them. For us, it was mainly a wind event. We saw peak wind gusts around 67 miles per hour in Orlando and 63 mile per hour winds in Azalea Park. Ponce Inlet, you saw winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour at times. Here's a look at the radar across our area, scanning out for you, keeping it mostly dry out there right now. We have seen some isolated pockets of heavy rain, especially across our southern counties, but we did see some drier air build in, so a lot of us got to enjoy some blue sky today. This is how it looks for our Friday afternoon on our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera over downtown Orlando. 88 degrees right now. Factor in the relative humidity. It feels like the low 90s. Winds are coming out of the southwest at 19 miles per hour. Now here's a look at the southeastern United States. So here are our remnants of Helene, and notice this huge system and then that moisture trailing behind that. As we look at the water vapor imagery, we can get a better look at that. So we did see some drier air digging to the south, but notice this is riding to the north. And as we head through the day tomorrow, we'll keep our winds out of the southwest. That will help to pump some of that trailing moisture back up into central Florida. So clouds and rain forecast through the overnight hours tonight, maybe a few spotty showers. But notice as we take you into tomorrow, especially over along the coast, if you're in Brevard County, you'll start to see some showers developing early in the day. Then by tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, we will see more widespread showers, and some of those will even linger for us into the overnight hours Saturday night into Sunday. So overall, a wetter than normal weekend. Taking you to the tropics, we are keeping an eye on this area and the Caribbean. 30% chance of further development over the next 7 days. A lot of the models keep it west of Florida. Elsewhere in the tropics, also tracking Joyce staying out to sea and Isaac also staying out to sea. Now, here is your pinpoint accurate forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by Freedom Health Medicare Advantage plans.
76 overnight with breezy southwest winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Your next 7 days, rain chances for tomorrow and Sunday stay at 70%, and then we begin to back it off slightly as we head into next week with those warm afternoon highs in the low 90s.
All right, Julie, thank you.
I'm meteorologist Julie Broughton. We have the latest for you on Helene, which has now lost its tropical characteristics, and the National Hurricane Center has issued its final advisory now with winds at 35 miles per hour. But you can see this is still a huge system, still a huge rainmaker for much of the mid-Atlantic as well as the southeast. Here's a look at the radar imagery, and you can see pockets of really heavy rain throughout the Carolinas. And we're also concerned about catastrophic flooding through areas like the Appalachians. So as you head over into eastern Kentucky and to West Virginia, as well as areas of Tennessee and Virginia, looking at 15 to 20 inches of rain in some spots, taking you up into Ohio, also dealing with extremely heavy rain and gusty winds. Back here across central Florida, most of us have been dry for most of the day. Radar is scanning out, showing we've seen just a few spotty showers throughout the day, but some drier air moved in. And so actually today hasn't been too bad for us. This is our Daytona Toyota DeLand Kia camera over Daytona Beach. Looks like we're freezing up just a little bit there, but certainly a gorgeous day out at the beach. However, if you are planning to head to the beach this weekend, keep in mind we are still looking at dangerous rip currents and rough surf. 89 degrees right now in Daytona Beach. Still those strong winds coming in out of the southwest. Winds are gusting into the 30s along the southern Brevard County coast, including Mico and Melbourne, and you are seeing 28 mile per hour wind gusts right now in Orlando. Temperatures in most spots are hovering around 90, but those southwesterly winds making it feel pretty sticky out there. We have a heat advisory in place in Brevard County until 6 o'clock. Current heat index reading in Cocoa Beach is 99. Here's a look at the water vapor imagery. Again, we saw some of that drier air digging to the south, but notice this little ribbon of moisture. A southwesterly flow tomorrow is really going to help pump some of that moisture back into our area, and our rain chances go up to 70% this weekend. Hour by hour on your clouds and rain forecast through the day tomorrow. We start out our Saturday mostly dry, but we'll see some showers moving into our southern counties during the morning hours. Showers become more widespread throughout the afternoon with some pockets of heavy rain at time, and all the showers track back toward the east coast. Taking you out into the tropics, we are watching this area in the Caribbean for the potential of some development as we head toward the middle part of the week. Most of the models keep anything that does develop off to the west. Out in the Atlantic, here is Isaac, a hurricane. Here is Joyce, a tropical storm. Neither of those are a concern for us. Now, here's your pinpoint accurate forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by the Flooring Center.
76 for our low tonight. Rain chances both tomorrow and Sunday are at 70% and remain elevated heading into next week with highs around 90.